Hey everyone, Iron Spider-Man here with another comic book video, of course. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my Steel City Comic-Con April 2019 haul. This happened the second weekend of April, so April 10th, 11th, and 12th, or 11th, 12th, and 13th, whatever that weekend was. I'm a couple weeks late, been super busy lately with student teaching and finishing up school and just working. So I haven't really had time to make videos, and it's something I've definitely wanted to get back into doing, so here we go, let's just dive right in. First up is the Carnage USA miniseries. Gorgeous Clayton Crane covers. I love Carnage. I think, besides the Green Goblin, he's my favorite Spider-Man villain. I just think he's basically Marvel's Joker, but like with a symbiote that can, do a lot and kill people, and he's insane, and it's awesome. And unfortunately, though, I feel like in these miniseries, he really thrives, but doing an ongoing book, he won't work. And they don't use him too much in the regular Spider-Man book at all, which I wish they would, but, I don't know, always hope for the future, right? Green Lantern 51, this is the first full appearance of Kyle Rayner as Green Lantern, and the first appearance of this costume that he has, instead of just the typical Green Lantern costume. This book, along with 48, 49, and 50, I buy every time I see. I don't know why. I really have a problem. Green Lantern's probably my favorite DC character. Kyle Rayner's my favorite. So I always get the Fall of Hal Jordan, Birth of Kyle Rayner arc. I think this is my fourth copy now of 51. And again, as long as they're between $1 and $5, I always grab them, because why the hell not? Flash 108, this is the first appearance of Savitar, which, if you guys watch the CW show, he's the Season 3 villain, and I really love what they did with him. I don't actually like his counterpart in the comics too much, but I figured, what the heck, this can add this to my Flash collection. I think the show, though, if anyone else watches it, I feel like the show's been going downhill ever since the end of Season 3, and it just continues to be bad, but just wanted to get this book. It's in Milord 2, and again, I might CGC this. There's like absolutely nothing wrong with this. Completely glossy, no spine ticks or indentations, sharp corners. That might be being sent out to be graded. Next up, a few Iron Man books. Again, super cheap. $9, got 36. It's in Mylar. Again, beautiful book, beautiful colors. And as you guys know, Iron Man, he's my second favorite, next to Spider-Man, of course, so always looking for Iron Man back issues. I'm trying to actually complete my Iron Man back issue run. With Spider-Man, I have about 300-400 issues to go. With Iron Man, I just have Volume 1 to work on. I have everything else. I have everything from the late 90s to the current. So I'm just working on Volume 1 now, and again, pretty easy copies to get a hold of. I was actually talking with someone at the show, and he's like, you got to be careful, because like no one really took care of some of the Iron Man books. Which, like, I mean, I get if he's not the most popular. I think he's awesome, especially in the movies. Again, just gonna say this now, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but Avengers Endgame, if you haven't seen it, two very specific things Tony does in that movie just proves why he's the best Avenger in the movies. All I'm gonna say. Spider-Man Sweet Charity. This is a early J. Scott Campbell cover. There was a booth there's always booths that have like their own crap at these cons, but then they'll throw in like a short box or something of comics. Like, oh yeah, I have that too. But like, they have no idea how to price them, no idea how to grade them, no idea what they are. And usually I don't look through them, but this one guy had a few. And then his booth was mainly toys, but he had a few comics. And I was like, okay, he might have an idea of some of the stuff. So I found this in here for $1. And again, it's pretty good condition. It's a thicker book. And I thought, early Campbell cover. What the heck, for $1? Can't beat that. Really like it too. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if this book is, like, worth anything, or if it is just a $1 book, but it's a Campbell cover. Campbell's usually hot. So, I figured, what the heck. So, yeah. Amazing Spider-Man. This is, I almost fell over when I saw this because I didn't believe it was real, and it turns out it's not, but that's okay. This is the variant cover of Amazing Spider-Man 667, but this is the Mexico, like, off-branded variant. The actual variant of this is, like, thousands of dollars. I don't understand why, but it's a Dell'Otto cover. Love his work. Love how he draws Spider-Man. Also, I always love variants where Spider-Man's black, or like the blue parts are black, because that's what the original costume actually was black and red, which I really wish would have stuck. But again, pick this up. Beautiful white cover. Again, another Mylar. I'm a sucker for Mylars. If I see it, I'm most likely going to buy it. That way I don't have to buy my own. But yeah, great book. Nothing too special here. Just Spectacular Spider-Man 227. They, over winter, December, January time, I bought the entire Spectacular Spider-Man run on eBay, but a few issues were water damaged and really beat up, so these next few actually they're just replacement issues for that 82. Again, just higher grade copies. Depending on, if it's a more modern book, I like super sharp copies, like, gotta be 9.0 or better. Again, for something like Spider-Man, I want the best copies I can possibly get. So again, beat up copies aren't going to do it for me for Spider-Man, so that's just what these are, just copies, better copies. Spider-Man Black Cat, The Evil That Men Do by Kevin Smith. I don't love a lot of Kevin Smith work, honestly. I don't understand why so many people do like him. I mean, not that it's terrible. Like, I loved his Green Arrow run, but, like, when I think good Kevin Smith work, I can't think of anything. So I picked this up. I haven't read it yet, but I love Terry Dodson and Rachel Dodson, so the covers are kind of what sold me on it. And again, I think the whole set was like $5 or $10. Someone just wanted to get rid of it. So give it a read. And it's Spider-Man. I mean, I love most Spider-Man stories I read, so I'm hoping this is one I like. But we'll see. Spider-Man with Great Power. I actually saw this. Someone on a video or an online thing mentioned this. I forget who it was. They mentioned, like, if you want a modern, basically, update of Spider-Man's origin, read this. And I like the art. It's not a bad, like, retelling. I did find it pretty interesting. It's more like, Peter buys a car in this, and he does a little bit more in the world. Like, he does more with wrestling. He does more with the wrestling money. Like, you get to see things. You get to see more interactions with Uncle Ben and Aunt May. Kids at school. His life as Spider-Man. So, like, it's a neat perspective. I think, though, out of all of the retellings and different origins and stuff, I'd say it's definitely the oddest, if that makes sense. Again, it's weird, but, like, I kind of like it. It's not that bad. You should give it a read if you have a chance. But, yeah, just something, I don't know. I'm not really sure how to describe it. And then, again, of course, Spider-Man issues, always picking up Spider-Man stuff. 268, these are just books I didn't have. 282, I love that with the banner. Love when they do covers like that. 312 and 313. I think these are my first McFarlane covers, other than, the 298, 299, 300. I love that cover, like the battle damage, he's bleeding, and Lizard, and look at that face. Again, Todd McFarlane, I think he's a little overrated. I like how he draws Spider-Man and some of the villains. He cannot draw human faces, though. Save his life. Amazing Spider-Man 416. Love that cover too. It's like him on the Statue of Liberty and everyone in the background. Super cool. Amazing Spider-Man 637. Again, just a issue I didn't have. 652. 662. Again, just filling in some gaps. This is Amazing Spider-Man Annual 20. He meets the Iron Man of 2020. Love that suit too. And if you couldn't tell, this con is, it's mostly been a Spider-Man, Iron Man type pickup. Then Amazing Spider-Man Annual 28 with Carnage on the cover there. Okay, that's it for the books. I do still have some more stuff, though. I'll show this first. One of my goals at this con was to pick up some original artwork, local artists, just in general, just art in general. I came across a booth that had this gem. Let me zoom out so you can see the full thing. This is by a guy named, I think it's The Art of Old School. I've bought stuff from him before. I bought a Spider-Man poster, and it's the Spider-Man Spider, but with, like, all of his villains and him, like, making up the spider. And he does a lot of cool things like that, so I really love this one. That's clearly, like, Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark, and that's the movie helmet, but, like, all the rest are comic book helmets. And I really love this. Again, big Iron Man fan. So, and he even has the hand repulsor in there, and he even signed it for me. He's like, "Do you want it signed?" I was like, "Sure, why not?" So, really cool. And again, it's all black and white except for the red parts. Really love that. I still need to get this framed. It's in this top loader thing. Working on getting a frame for that. Last couple things to show you. Was not expecting to buy these. Wasn't looking for them. Nothing. But usually, sometimes that's the best. I had heard of these before, but I never actually thought I'd get one. They're by a company called Mezco. They are a 1 in 12 collective figure for, posability, playing, and displaying. So first one up I have is Iron Man here. We can sort of see the back. This is it's classic costume, of course. Comes with all these different hands, a stick to pose them on. These little things you can interchange. Wrist rocket, chest beam, repulsors, and booster effects. And it comes with, like, insane stuff. There's the wrist rocket, popping his mask up, repulsors, unibeam. And this figure itself is actually, it's not like your typical something you'd find in a Walmart Iron Man figure. These are made out, this one at least, it's made out of metal. And I thought that was really cool. And again, it cost, it was $70 I think I got it for, 75. It's like, it's gonna be, chunk of change. But I think they're really worth it. I really want to get the black and gold armor version of this and the stealth armor version. But I have this for now. Again, love it. Think it's really cool. I haven't taken it out yet. I'm nervous to play with these or, like, put them in displays, especially since within the next few months to a year I might be moving, so I don't want to have to repack everything. But yeah, super cool. That's just one I got. I'm sure this comes to no surprise to anyone. Got the Spider-Man one. Now this is the classic suit, and it's the red and black version. I think if you put it in light, the blue, black parts of the suit, right here, it's like more of like a dark teal almost. But again, just looks really awesome. Has like the normal head and the Steve Ditko head. Web lines, different hand, the thwip hands, wall crawling hands, fist hands, and then web swinging hands. Again, stand and the staff. Again, look at that. And his costume, ankle to the neck and then down to the wrist, it's all cloth. So it's really high-end stuff. Again, this was, I think, about $100 I paid for it. So, really cool. I want to say it's more of a newer one, but I'm not sure. I think the Iron Man's a bit of an older one. Again, not sure about that. And then, last, Mezco, I got the Symbiote Spider-Man one, which was a previews exclusive. This, again, was also $90, $100, something like that. And again, this is all cloth. Looks amazing. The web lines, wall crawling fist, and then the web hands. It's really awesome stuff. I'm looking into getting, again, a couple more of these, maybe another Iron Man or so. If they make another Spider-Man, I might get that. But, yeah, guys, that's everything for my haul today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a comment. I always like to have conversations with people, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.